The following is P.O.C. There is a demon right above me that's pacing back and forth, and it's amplified in volume. And the demon in the hallway, while the fake sun is over this hotel, is using a vacuum as a means of audible activity. They are monitoring in a private space. Oh, hey. That's P.O.C. That is while the demon right above is engaging in demonic pacing, stomping, and doing so above me, group stalking. The people of the state are demons in traffic, group stalking, pacing all around. The entity is keeping a fake sun and maintaining the elements of monitoring, and this is in a private space. And the entity that is TOWNEPLACE Suites, they know in particular that their pictures, that the video of the entity and the documentation is published, and they're continuously engaging in it. This is terrorism in a private space. And again, the entity is, he's going to federal prison. He's one of the people of the state, engaging in criminal activity as an entity, engaging in what is group stalking on behalf of the government that's using a vacuum to engage in the elements of monitoring while a fake sun remains over this hotel. It is currently 3:36 p.m. Again, pacing in front of my hotel room is called crossing path audible activity. In the same way, the demons are using landscaping tools at Alvarado Gardens under a fake sun that's over the Alvarado Gardens apartments. And every Monday, Jose and Sons Landscaping and the license plates captured, they are being prosecuted. This is the exact same elements of monitoring. It's demonic activity. It's malicious engagement in a state system to monitor, that is to surveil. These sex offenders are doing it while you're inside of a hotel room, inside of an apartment, doing so while the entity is maintaining the elements of monitoring in a private space. That's a demon that knows my physical movement. With this demon upstairs, engaging in what is ongoing pacing, a demon that's just running back and forth. And I just want to be clear, that's exactly what that demon is doing. I told you what demons do, they pace. You've got a demon that's in their room going psychotic, pacing back and forth, while this one's providing a soundtrack, and they're monitoring me together. And that's just in the building. They are filling all the rooms, all 5 floors. They're on surveillance cameras using key cards and making payments. And this is a documentation of impunity, while psychopaths that are demons and violent sex offenders pacing around while they know my panties are down as I turn on the shower, using means of audible activity, light activity, like I documented last night, group stalking with the entity that's amplifying all manner of activity. Demons that are surrounding, monitoring you in a private space. I want to be clear, the entity that's being documented on podcasts and images and on video, the entity that's already documented, for example, in Los Angeles, Speaker Companies represents what the entire entity is doing. This is terrorism by the people of the state who are engaging in state action vicariously on behalf of the government that engages in group stalking. All right, the entity is doing so let me show you the specific environment. That's terrorism while an entity is group stalking you in such manners. They're doing so, the demon above is doing so 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when the demon knows that I'm awake. And especially as I begin documentation, that demon gets more and more excited. Remember, the demons communicate hostility like a dog does while it's barking and growling at you. Demons do so while they create audible activity, doing so also via engineered light. These demons are pacing under what is not sunlight. There is no sun. And there's no sunlight that's going to be on this building while it's remaining over the leasing office at Alvarado Gardens, while the light source is remaining, the alleged sun is remaining over my apartment scene, over literally my window outside of my bedroom. It's currently 3:38 p.m. It's already on the record. The fake sun is over the top of my head, and that's exactly where it is right now. I cannot see in order to get the fake sun, but I want to be clear. This is the same exact pattern of conduct, and the entity is maintaining the elements of monitoring. So I will show you vehicles where you could see the fake sun reflected on these vehicles, where demons are pacing around me using a vacuum, pacing around in a hotel room, and interrupting what is the ability to not be subject to what is amplified audible activity, being subject to amplification, being sensational activity. Walking around does not create an earthquake in your hotel room. I'm going to drain the pockets of TOWNEPLACE. And let me be clear, Yang Ming is group stalking. Silc is group stalking. Worley is group stalking. Avalon, that's an apartment complex, they're group stalking. This is speaking to what is going to be the prosecution, just like the entity keeping the fake sun over my apartment complex at Alvarado Gardens, where there's no sunlight that's going to be touching this building. While it's physically over the apartment complex all day long. That's not the sun. That's engineered light. That's also a demon that's above me, monitoring, a psychopath. That is somebody that is out of their right mind. And that is what's filling these vehicles, filling all of these buildings, stalking in planes and helicopters, engaging in the same exact P.O.C. This is a population of demons who are pacing. One of them has a vacuum and is pacing in front of my door, engaging in what is harassment as a demon-possessed entity. Sex offenders monitoring a woman in a hotel room monitoring her every step, including while she's nude, genitalia exposed, and the demons like to engage in activity creation to sexually offend in that way also. Let me be clear, TOWNEPLACE is going to pay me. They're going to compensate me for the harms, tangible and intangible, that I continue to suffer and document in the specific environment while they're demons acting on behalf of the government. Okay? And psychopaths like the demon above is costing TOWNEPLACE a lot of money, because I'm going to continue to document. Western Air Mechanical Heating and Air Conditioning is engaged in surveillance. This is called crossing a path. They're doing so in an unnatural environment, and the demons are doing so while the entity is keeping a fake sun. They're engaging in a light show, amplifying the sound of this traffic, and the volume rises and increases and decreases based on what the demons hear me say as I say it, while the entity keeps a fake sun. That's why as I step out of the parking lot at 6:22 p.m., the entity is keeping a fake sun over the same property, which under no circumstances would be anywhere near Los Angeles over Alvarado Gardens at any point, which again is the documentation in conformity to the P.O.C. showing a specific environment, because at Alvarado Gardens, I reminded you, where is the fake sun, even down to the same day and the same time in an entirely different region, which is nowhere near LA or Monrovia. It includes the Ovid Family Community Library, the Fontana Lewis Library, the Upland Public Library, where you can see the fake sun through the roof of the library at 450 North Euclid Avenue. None of this is in conformity to the natural environment, but it is showing what is a specific condition, providing real-time knowledge and demonic and psychotic and sexually violent criminal activity on behalf of the government. No lawful presence or operation of any businesses. This is statewide surveillance, and it's going to be prosecuted by company names, while a demon is costing a lot of people money and people who are going to federal prison. Okay, the entity is engaging the P.O.C. It's 3:41 p.m. under a fake sun, ongoing amplification, which is a sex offense committed by an entity that's monitoring a woman in a private space. Okay, those are sex offenders that fill the hotel rooms, because that demon is acting in conformity to what all the demons that are the people say, including those. You know what the demons driving FedEx vehicles are doing? You know what they're doing? They're doing the same thing that they're doing at Alvarado Gardens, doing the same thing that they're doing on in Rancho Cucamonga. I'm documenting the fake sun over me, and the entity that's driving those FedEx trucks are crossing paths with engineer light, moving all across the asphalt as though that's sunlight and that's the sun. It's the P.O.C. So the entity is engaging in the identical P.O.C. as a population. This population is engaging in a sex offense. This is state terrorism. All right. And demons that are psychotic, they engage in more costly and more damning provision of evidence, more damning conduct that puts everybody in federal prison for a longer amount of time. It's impunity. It doesn't matter how unintelligent that demon is. It doesn't matter how uneducated, or whether they're more poor than the average target individual who probably would have stopped when the target. It doesn't matter. This is what you get for engaging in group stalking with the demon possessed with the government in the first place, and you're going to federal prison for as long as justice requires. And I want to be clear: Speaker Companies remains documented. The entity. Threatening my life as I resign from that, and capable of maintaining a job outside of being subject to federal group stalking and monitoring by government. Where I remain subject to that same life-threatening conduct by psychopaths whose mental illness is manifest while they are obsessively keeping me under surveillance. Showing, by the way, the fact that they will be removed from minor children, they will be put in federal prison, they will have a very long criminal record that will limit their ability to go anywhere in public. While they are targeting those and exhibiting their psychotic behavioral patterns while doing so on behalf of a corrupt government, which is also going to be dealt with. This is state action. It's occurring vicariously. It is currently, again, 3:43 p.m. Just wanted to document that's an iteration of the P.O.C. A boom, 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 boom. An earthquake while a demon walks in a hotel room above me. That's sensational activity. The same way that the demons at Stalk in Helicopter creates an earthquake in my leasing office while they're at a great distance away, that's the same demonic behavioral pattern. The difference is state acting directly, state acting vicariously through the demon-possessed population who are maintaining criminal presence. This is the same demons that cross path and engineer light moves across the DMV. The same demons that cross path while molesting all over my person while I'm at the Social Security office. The same demons that cross path while I'm at the Ovid Family Community Library, and engineer light, the tall engineer light that's the shape of a hook, is swiping across the bushels. These are demons. And that's the pattern of conduct. And such demons are engaging in surveillance in a hotel, which is a private space, and you're going to be prosecuted for the sexual violence that you engage in on a 24-hour basis, meaning you checked in at the facilitating venue, which is exactly how you're going to be prosecuted. You checked into a hotel, which is a matter of record, to engage in a sex offense on behalf of the government. That's sexual violence that satiates that demon, creating that mental illness, which poses a public safety concern, is directly relevant to the impunity that you exhibit while you continuously group stalk one whom you are aware is documenting it. All right, that's not the lawful operation of any of a vacuum by an employee. That's a demon stalking in the path with light activity, gratifying pleasure. Okay, demons are psychotic. It's ritualistic, demonic behavior while they monitor you, and they're psychopaths that do so while there are people that are literally going to write me a check for the terrorism that TOWNEPLACE Suites by Marriott is engaging in, is being documented. It's criminal conduct by a company. It's relevant for RICO charges, and you will go to federal prison for engaging in audible activity using a vacuum while you don't even get paid more than $25 an hour, and you're going to federal prison. Is it worth it? A sane person would say no. But you're not dealing with sanity, you're dealing with demon possession. All right, it is currently, again, 3:45 p.m. That is engineer light on the apartment building. That's impossible light activity while the entity is maintaining a fake sun over the apartment complex. That's not the product of the sun. Remember, at this property at 8 o'clock outside of the building window, the fake sun is seen. You've seen the flashing of lights. It's the same pattern of conduct. It is P.O.C. And those are demons surrounding me, engaging in what is psychotic behavior, the elements of monitoring, while they seek to harass as an entity. That's what the demons are doing. That's very expensive and costly criminal conduct. P.O.C.